Welcome back, everyone. Bart and Jennifer Mills back with us today to review some of their favorite Irish movies just in time for St. Patrick's Day. As you said, Bart, movies that aren't called The Quiet Man, which is probably the best way to say that. Okay, let's start with The Commitments. Jennifer, why did you like that one?
Well, The Commitments is a cult classic. If you've not seen it, you need to watch it today. Came out in 1991 by director Alan Parker. It's based in Dublin, Ireland, and it's about a young man who considers himself a promoter, and he wants to fill the R&B void that's in his hometown. So he puts together this band, but it ends up being nothing but young white men who know very little about soul or R&B. But the music is just probably one of the soundtracks I've listened to more in my entire life than any. I mean, the soundtrack is just epic. So
it's funny you say that, because I read somewhere that they went more about hiring not necessarily actors that you would know, but musicians just for that reason.
Oh yeah, I mean, so good. The guy who fronts the band is just, oh my word, just amazing.
Oh.
Their cover, Mustang Sally and Try a Little Tenderness, will just blow your mind.
Okay, excellent. That's from 1991. Bart, you wanted Michael Collins, Liam Neeson's in it, Alan Rickman. You had me at Alan Rickman, by the way. But true story, goes back to the kind of the Irish Revolution, right?
Yeah, I mean, we sort of figured you can't really talk about Irish movies without discussing the Trouble in some way, and we didn't really want to deal with all the Bobby Sands of it all. So Michael Collins is one of those mid-96 is when it was. It's got Stephen Ray. It's got, because it was in the 90s, it's got Julia Roberts for some reason.
It's got to have.
It's still an amazing cast. This sweeping epic of a biopic about the actual man, Michael Collins, who took over sort of brought about the IRA after the Easter Rising, and the glory and the tragedy that all came after that. So it's very dated. We rewatched it the other night, and there's a plotting nature to 90s biopics that really I didn't recall from when I first saw it, but it's worth watching, if not just for the history.
Okay, Waking Ned Devine, a bit of a sorbet in this group. David Kelly is in that. This is one of my favorite movies. I love the fact if I remember right, they find out that somebody they know, or they hear of a lottery winner, Jennifer.
Yeah, so he's a lottery winner, and these two best friends go over to surprise him and see if he'll share in the winnings. So when they go over, they find that he's died of shock from winning the lottery, and the whole town band together to hide the fact that he's dead from the lottery claims inspector. And then they think that if they can fool him, the whole town will share the lottery money.
Well, and I love the premise behind that. If I can remember, the only other thing I've seen him in, the actual lottery winner, was he a Willy Wonka? Was he the guy that's dancing around?
He was the old man in Willy Wonka. Okay. Yeah, that's about it.
That's the only other thing I can think of. Okay, the guard from 2011, Brendan Gleeson, who's actually in a couple of these movies. His character is an odd one, because he's so verbose and he has so many qualities you hate about him, but then there's also a bit of a tender side, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, this is the Brendan Gleeson role, and it's Don Cheadle opposite him as an FBI agent. It's a 2001 movie, super Irish. I mean, Brendan is one of the trifecta of important Irish actors that have to show up in your movies. But Brendan plays the role he plays, which is this sort of big, angry, potentially dangerous man who is also smart and kind and generous and Irish. And so it's a great comedy. There's a whodunit factor to it. There's some action to it. And there's a really wonderful relationship between him and Don Cheadle as real direct opposites in every effect, but still makes a great movie. It's a real fun watch.
Yeah, just a few seconds left, Bart. Brooklyn, kind of a romantic movie then, right?
Yeah, I got that one because it's a romantic comedy, and I'm the only one who can pronounce Saoirse Ronan's name right.
Okay.
An Oscar nomination for it. We put it in there because it's 2015. It's more recent. It's a really sweet, gentle movie about a young woman who comes from Ireland to America, and she falls in with bad company, meaning an Italian boy. But it's a genuinely nice movie, and people should check it out.
Yeah, these are all great ones. Good picks. It was probably tough to narrow it down, but guys, great job as always. Appreciate it. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks.
You bet. Nice chatting with you. We'll be back right after this.